realize more and more that being trustworthy is really important. I know, not a big surprise there. However, I didn't know how important until earlier this year. I conducted a short survey, specifically about salespeople. First of all, when I conducted my initial study, I asked people what are the most important qualities they care about in other people. I then narrowed the list down, and then I started a survey. The results were astounding, at least for me. I asked people what is the most important quality for them in a colleague, a boss, an employee, a salesperson trying to sell you something, not a salesperson working for you, a government representative, and their spouse. I gave them 5 options based on my initial research: willingness to work hard, willingness to take risk, trustworthiness, intelligence, and good looks. Yes, good looks. Hey, it's my survey. I can put good looks if I want to. It did get the lowest score though, only 0.85%. Another thing that might not be surprising to you is that the top quality, based on 351 responses, was trustworthiness. Trustworthiness was ranked the most important quality in 60.7% of the responses, and it was ranked number 1, 50% more than the other 4 qualities combined. Of the 6 types of relationships, the highest ranking of trustworthiness was in salespeople, where it ranked number 1 in almost 77% of the time, 3 times as much as the other 4 qualities combined. So we really think that trustworthiness is the most important quality in a salesperson trying to sell you something. Well, let's see if you're willing to put your money where your mouth is. I conducted a second survey. In the second survey, I posed the following scenario. You have a home renovation project estimated at about $10,000. You know how fun those can get, right? You did your research and narrowed down the list to 2 companies, and you invited both of them to come over and give you proposals. Contractor A is the owner of the company. He has been in business for 20 years. He listens carefully to what you need, makes suggestions, and even prevents you from ordering what you don't need, even though he could make more money. He seems to be doing a very thorough job measuring, estimating the work to be done. In other words, he impresses you as being trustworthy. Contractor B, on the other hand, is represented by a salesperson, not the owner, who appears very motivated to close the deal with you and make his commission as quickly as possible. He spends time trashing his competitors. He does not seem to listen to you very much and appears very arrogant. In other words, he impresses you after that first meeting as being untrustworthy. The price both are asking for you is $10,000 for the job, and there are no differences in what they're offering for that money. Which one would you hire to do the job? It's not a trick question. I asked quite a few people this question in person, and they paused trying to find the trick in the question. I had people tell me that personally, I would choose, of course it's personally. This is a renovation project in your home. It doesn't get more personal than that. So sure enough, you would choose the trustworthy salesperson. But what if the trustworthy salesperson asks for 10% higher price, $11,000 instead of $10,000? Would you switch? The options are A, I stay with the trustworthy one, B, I go to the untrustworthy one that offers less price, lower price, C, I'm not sure, and D, none of them. Well, my study showed that 100% of those who chose the trustworthy salesperson when the price was similar still chose him when his price was 10% higher. What if his price was 20% higher, $12,000 instead of $10,000? 55.8% still chose the trustworthy salesperson. How about 50% higher, $15,000 instead of $10,000? I was shocked. 21.2% still preferred the trustworthy salesperson. What was even more interesting was that 40.4%, even at that high of price, were not sure which one they would choose, but still did not say none of them. So it would still be one of the two. So I took those numbers and put them into a formula, considering how many would have been willing to pay 10% more, 20% more, and 50% more, and also how many were still not sure, which means that probably 50% of them would choose the trustworthy one anyway. The result was amazing, and I'll put it in two following sentences. Pay careful attention. A trustworthy salesperson can sell the same thing for 29.6% higher price. Let me repeat this. A trustworthy salesperson can sell the same thing for 29.6% higher price. It even gets better or worse, depending if you're trustworthy or not. If you are an untrustworthy salesperson, you would have to discount your products and services by 22.8% compared to a trustworthy salesperson just to win some business. Do you like leaving 22.8% on the table? So it is important to you as a salesperson to be trustworthy. Is it? But I don't want to scare you with the findings of these two studies because there is a cure. Over the past decade, I researched and developed a formula for building trust. This formula works on all walks of lives. It applies to building trust in a team, which, by the way, was my initial focus. But it also applies to the relationship that I have with my wife and my daughters, and to the relationships that a salesperson has with a potential customer. The good news is that there are only 6 elements you must work on to increase your level of trustworthiness: competence, fairness, shared values, time, intensity, and critical positivity. Do you want to know how? Text the word trust to 21,000 or email us at info@innovationcultureinstitute.com. We'll do the rest.